Galactic PL. VP Prodigy, I think one of the most impressive things for me about this team is the fact they do have this very defined style, and they've made it work when not many other teams are making these hard carries work on this kind of current patch. They've gone from a Troll to a Morphling, and now PL, and they're playing much more for these kind of late game item times where other teams just feel like you have to have these fast-paced carries.
Combination of Wolf Scouting and Monkey King Scouting will give them a decent idea of where lines are going to be, especially as the Outpost got taken top lane. This imp is hilarious. I love the running animation for him.
Trying to figure out what maybe some of those lanes are.
So what do you want to be able to have the matchup be?
Just Monkey versus Centaur, and you're pretty happy if Miracle has that kind of free lane. But VP Prodigy are sending the PL top. I don't know if that's what they want. I guess the nice thing about this Monkey pick is you've now got a good matchup on either of the side lanes. You're up against the melee core, so yeah. I think for Nigma they're not too fast, but they would rather the Lycan have an easy start. He's kind of a tempo hero this game in a lot of ways. Like his necrobook timing is going to be pretty crucial, so I believe Nigma's trying to just figure out the best way to set mind control after success.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think the Monkey King would be much better at being able to pressure the Fanlancer than the Lycan would be, but we'll see. It seems like Prodigy are okay with some of this as well. Oh, there they go. Swap it up again.
So Nigma want the Lycan versus the PL, they want the Monkey versus the Centaur.
Oh man, I'm just concerned that this Fanlancer is going to get a real good start to this game. Maybe it'll be fine. After all, it's a pretty fast-paced lineup from Nigma. Once they do get going, around 15-20 minutes, they should start taking towers. It's Quas with Invoker again, so we're going to see him moving around the map. It is definitely Prodigy with the bigger late-game threat. Damn, all those denies coming out from FN.
Yeah, great start. FN's laning has looked really good. I'd say him and Limpet being like some of the best mid laners of this tournament.
Yeah.
Back up on Kuro, goes for the level 1 heal because the big camp got blocked, and the good news is he knows it was blocked by a sentry. He managed to bully Ein away from the camp, so he revealed the fact there is a ward. And he's trying to deward it, but Ein ain't having it.
And even with level 1 heal, can't stand toe-to-toe with the Bane, who is very efficient with both Brain Sap, but also his stats are quite good as well.
But I think for Kuro, he knows as long as he keeps his Bane busy, Monkey King does have the edge in that kind of 1v1. And ideally, you try to give Monkey solo XP. So you're okay taking the fight to the Bane over in the river if it means, or around that river area if it means Monkey is getting kind of a pure 1v1 here.
For sure. Ein's going to stick around to make sure to block that camp before he leaves.
It was still blocked by the sentry.
Oh, but he's still dead.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure that was necessary when the sentry's there blocking it.
Yeah, it seems like maybe he's disguising the fact that the sentry's there, but I'm not sure if it'd be worth potentially giving up first blood.
Yeah, well, I think Kuro had already figured out there's a ward there because the 1 minute mark he didn't body block it, so not sure. But he's kind of losing this regen battle. The boots obviously giving him lots of chase potential, but Kuro just holds his ground. And now has hit level 2. And we'll be looking to use that enchant as well as he does find the Clarity, break it, and has a potential Hill Troll Priest. This is one of the really nice easy camp creeps you can grab.
Yeah, now you're going to get the heal, you're going to get the mana regeneration. Mana regen by 2.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, although Ein might snipe it.
GH does manage to slither away. Ein does indeed snipe that troll, but it's going to cost him his life. An enchant, Ein, run down. That's going to be your first blood. Kuro picks it up on the opposing 5 possession.
Yeah, I think a lot goes back to that 2 minute mark when he kind of tried to, like you say, disguise the ward, the pull camp. And Kuro is ultimately going to de-sentry it. He puts it right in the middle of the camp. I like this because now you deny your sentry and you guarantee you find it. Whereas if you have to put it on the edge, this camp's big enough, you have to guess.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Never thought about that, but it makes total sense.
All right, well, now we can be a lot more efficient with our sentries from now on.
So Ein TP's top. He says, enough's enough. Centaur is going to lose his lane. I can't stop that from happening. I'm just going to go try and secure PL's game because that's how we win this game. PL gets farmed.
We'll see how well they are able to put pressure on this Lycan, who does have his level 3. So between the Wolves and the natural regen, he should be able to stick around in lane, but maybe he won't get the best CS because Phantom Lions are heavily focused on these denies. They're going to kill a couple of Wolves here.
Yeah. I think the scary thing with Enchantress kind of being in this enemy jungle is he can always gank mid, and he can also like snipe couriers from behind towers. He's got the boots now, so there's just a lot Kuro can do from this position.
Coming back in, hits the enchant, runs out, breaks the Spirit Siphon, and FN will walk away. A little bit worse for wear here.
Yep. See Kuro probably get down some deep vision, maybe find some couriers. The courier is going out bottom, so he's going to miss that one, but back at top, PL continuing to have this free lane.
Oh, he didn't roll to the other side. Actually, nails save instead. Stays on this side of the Fisher block. And pretty easily, they even out the kill score 1-1. 5-minute bounties are out. DM certainly not approaching any of those at bottom right now.
He almost could consider it when he's not going for much farm with the Monkey King there, but he wants to get his level 6 as soon as possible, so understandable.
Not too many mids that would take the time to go pick up the bounty rune on Dire side all the way up to the top lane, but I guess Quaswex Invoker's pretty fast.
Yep.
So he grabs one there, should be able to grab the other bottom two for Kuro. That's going to be 3 for Nigma.
Yeah, and I believe the 4th was denied by Lycan Wolves.
No.
There's not a 4th bounty picked up, so...
Okay. That's pretty good, and that's why Nigma are currently ahead, up by 1K. Block in by the Fisher. Mind control may have lots of regen, but he needs the help here from Weehaw to be able to survive, and sure enough, they land a nice tornado. Cold snap onto save, but it's worn out now. Those Wolves trying to body block as best they can. They do an okay job of it, but certainly not enough to be able to get the kill. Meanwhile, DM just die in the bottom lane as Kuro shows up with a Centaur Conqueror and a slow if needed.
This bottom lane just feels impossible to play in without some kind of vision. You always need to know where Kuro is, otherwise there's that threat you're always going to die. And you know, Centaur's thinking like, I got to at least leech XP down here. I'm not going to contest farm, but you're not a hero that can go back into the jungle, and it does feel like this Centaur pick is a bit of a liability because of this. TP's in and could be in some trouble.
If I'm them, I'm
right,
like, I want to kill that Centaur again. That's probably why they threatened some TP rotation. Save. One of those TPs did not complete. Save did complete his. They do some damage here to Miracle, but they're just going to keep on diving. Bane's going to be next one from Virtus Pro Prodigy that tries to TP in, but all of Nigma will make it out pretty safely here.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing with diving is you've got a pretty good way to disengage. The Centaur hitting 6 may be a little bit spooky, but Monkey King just jumps to some trees once he sees a few too many TPs, and they're out all okay. Mind Control's at that point level 5 now. He can kind of just jungle up his Necro Books if needed, if his lane gets too difficult, which for now seems to be the case, but all in all, things going pretty well for Nigma.
Jingu stacks up, gets the Boundless Strike. DM still alive here. It's the 2-man stomp, but he's pretty slowed down. GH looked to finish him off, but he got off the healing salve right as he rounded the corner into the trees.
See them continue to mess with the supports. Both sides really, just their supports running at each other wherever they go. And Kuro trying to play around the strength of this Monkey King, now level 7 in this bottom lane.
Weehaw looking to be able to catch up. Throws out the EMP. The Nightmare will help dodge some of that damage, but he's still caught by Cold Snap.
GH is very fire safe.
Oh, man, that was really close. Ein is the one to die, though, not GH.
And Miracle took the tier 1 tower, just doing a good job, not just winning his lane, but pressuring it whenever possible, getting every right click possible in on that tier 1 when he was playing the lane. And as a result, an 8-minute tower means this bottom jungle is going to get quickly taken over, and Miracle's going to be coming online very early. I imagine he's going to go back for points in the tree dance and play around this early Echo Saber timing to apply a lot of pressure all over the map.
I hate playing Centaur in this game. Not only is your lane terrible because you're matched up against a Monkey King, but even later on, you're matched up into a Quaswex Invoker. That is very difficult for Centaur. Whether it's EMP burning out, the Tornado interrupting your Stampede, whether it's a retreat or an initiation, DM's going to pop it here to be able to kill Kuro. Small 5-position kill. DM tried to catch the Courier as well, but no such luck.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely seeing what you're saying with this. This Centaur game looks miserable. Mind Control having a kind of rough game himself. He's getting ran at, but he has help. Weeha's just, anytime they go in Mind Control up top, he's always TPing up here to bail him out, and this time gets himself a kill.
And thanks to his the Quaswex build, the extra movement speed lets him just run back to mid lane pretty quickly, so it's a nice way to be able to stem the aggression of Prodigy without giving too much space away.
Yeah, they seem to have really, I think, identified on the Nigma side that Mind Control getting this fast Necro 3 is the key timing. And I think VP Prodigy have also recognized that they're going to keep running at mind control whenever possible, and this time around Invoker does not have a TP, still on cooldown, and he can't get there quick enough.
We think we can kill Ein here, Boundless Strike, plus the Cold Snap Tornado to finish him off. That will bring him low. The Wolves will finish him off.
And he's the one who had the sentry, so an easy Ghost Walk escape, and Nigma doing a good job protecting their outpost. That was the 10-minute mark, which is where a lot of that aggression came from, and Nigma will secure their outpost, but not secure many bounties.
They're on the hunt. A kick from GH slows down Save. Save having such a hard time dealing with these cold snaps. I think he almost takes his hands off the keyboard mouse the moment he's hit by cold snap. He's just like, I've been caught, I'm dead. Doesn't really try and run away or anything, because he knows there's no hope.
Yeah, I don't. Much like Centaur doesn't have a good game or a way to farm up to Blink Dagger, I think the same applies to Shaker. You're kind of in this position where you've got a 3 and a 4 position who are very reliant on this Blink Dagger timing, and there's no safe lane. Wherever you show on the map, Monkey King rotates to you. This Earth Spirit Enchantress is playing this super aggressive support duo style, and it feels really difficult for Prodigy to activate these two heroes in this game.
Not going to be seeing a Blink Dagger from DM anytime soon, that's for sure. Tornado EMP with the Wolves. They really like making use of these Wolves in a ganking manner, it seems.
Yeah, he's happy just to send his summons off to another lane or somewhere else on the map while his hero is just hitting jungle creeps.
Nice move by GH, pulling the creep wave off the tower here. Even though no one's really playing in this lane, he is slowing down these pushes. Rolls back into Epileptic Kid. Maybe he's gone a step too far. He's going to turn around, slow him down with the kick, and he will be fine. This is probably a minute that he's bought for this tower. Extends its life a little bit more. Are they going to rotate? They surely are. With
he used
Curl behind
Doppelganger.
them, he can certainly enchant, slow down Epileptic Kid. Epileptic Kid nailed by the kick as well. He's dead. A chase to save.
All right, we're taking away his title as the best PL player in the world.
Yeah, this isn't going well for him at all. Two-man Fisher slows down the pursuit, but not enough. Save's going to be caught eventually here, whether it's GH body blocking him or the Monkey King jumping on him. He'll go down eventually. Nigma, they just caught up Ein as well in the bottom lane. Mind Control was playing the other side of the map, popped his ultimate, so that's 3 kills.
Yeah, just liking things. Whenever you see that 5-position support, just summon your Wolves, your Necrobook, pop ultimate, and they're going to die. Nigma getting kills all over the map, and yeah, I don't know what PL's thinking using his Doppelganger casually. At level 2, 20-second cooldown Doppelganger, he just uses it to send illusions at a tower, which don't really do damage, so he pays the price. I love how Weeha's just been so willing to TP to any fight. He's kind of playing this, like Peter mentioned on the panel, it's like they've kind of got 3 supports almost. He's just, wherever the action is, he's going to show up.
He is being very sacrificial in his time, trying to help everybody else in the game, and it's working. He may be the lowest, one of the lowest net worth cores. He's still ahead of DM Centaur, of course, but he is above him but below everybody else. Still, though, it's Nigma as a whole that are up in net worth.
Yeah. He's kind of sacrificing his own game to completely screw over Prodigy's heroes game, particularly the Centaurs, and also just to enable his Lycan to... I mean, the reason Lycan has all this farm is because, like, 2 or 3 times he got gone on top, Weeha's there to keep him alive.
Speaking of being gone on, DM forced to pop his Stampede, but surrounded by Weeha. Cold Snap's going to slow him down. The Tornado's going to intercept the heroes that are rotating in, so DM doesn't immediately die, but the Necronomicons and the Wolves will eventually catch up to him. Really nice catch, though, from Ein with the Fiend's Grip onto Weeha and a Fisher that blocks out GH. Unless he can get a nice roll away, he does not.
That's what Prodigy needed. They just needed to bring numbers because they're kind of behind in terms of some farm and experience. Just outnumber them, find a good Fiend's Grip on a core after some of these key spells have been used, and I think they're going to realize they have to maybe save one of these stuns for a Fiend's Grip because that counterplay was just perfect from Prodigy. And that's allowed save on the Shaker to get some free time towards his Blink Dagger. Centaur, unfortunately, still struggling to find space and farm for his, although he is halfway there.
At this rate, they're going to get there at the same time.
Surge Shaker has the luxury of being able to play around the map and hit jungle creeps where he wants to, whereas DM is stuck in this hellish bottom lane where he's being run at all the time.
He doesn't really want to play bottom, but he's probably the most well-suited to do so. And the alternative is this tier 2 tower would probably be half health or maybe even dead if he wasn't down here. So it's either the tower dies or he dies. And luckily for him, he's only died twice, or perhaps a testament to how well he's played.
Pop the shapeshift, get away. The bounty runes just spawned as well, so they should be able to get these bottom ones. But it looks like a push into top lane also netted them 1 there, so it's going to be another 3.
And with shapeshift down, I think there is opportunities for Prodigy to make a play. They have Stampede plus Exorcism. They can group up as 4 and go for some kind of a smoke move. I'd almost like to see them do it. They've gone for this fast PL, so it's not the Yasha farming build. Prodigy are definitely the stronger team when shapeshift is on cooldown.
I agree with you. I'd like to see them make a play. We'll see if they follow through, because they might be saying, FN might be saying, I want my Yules.
Yeah.
And he is closing in on it.
It's hard. You just don't feel like you have any map control. Like, none of your lanes are being pushed out. Even though the Lycan doesn't have shapeshift, he's still sending his summons to just shove lanes. You don't have either of your blink daggers, the Yules you mentioned. None of your key items except the PL's Diffusal are online right now.
Yeah, they've got some really good split push with this lineup between the Lycan and the Monkey King, but then they've also got that nice catch to abuse that split push. Earth Spirit, Quaswex Invoker, and again, Monkey King. You are split up at all, you're an easy kill, but Virtus Pro Prodigy are very strong when they're in a group. That's why they rotate everyone to this bottom lane. They get a simple pick off on GH, nothing more.
Yeah, importantly, they have this vision down bottom, 2 observer wards, so they're seeing any Nigma rotations in. That kill should probably reveal to GH, okay, they have a lot of vision here. I should probably not be playing there alone, or we need to deward it, so. Good news for VP Prodigy, they've got one of their blinks up. Centaur getting some alone time. Bad news, 9 caught out once again. That's the Necro 3 double damage Lycan.
Yeah, that's also Spirit Vessel complete for the Quaswex Invoker. Some more charges for him. Fuel Scepter is done for the Death Prophet. Doesn't have level 2 Exorcism just yet. And it seems like Prodigy, they're going to keep waiting and keep farming. Save. He's 700 gold away from his Blink Dagger. DM has his, though. I still don't feel super confident about his Blink Initiation, because again, there are some quick reaction spells like Tornado that can still stop him from stomping. They're going to go up to top lane though, see if they can bail this out. They have the Nightmare onto mind control. They're going to catch him with the Fiend's Grip as well. Looks like a silence coming out from the Death Prophet will stop the Invoker from getting off any spells. The Wukong's command creating hell for Miracle and the rest of Nigma as he tries to run around. Still Jingle stacks, and he's going to try and go for FN, but he doesn't actually have the chance. This is way too much damage, and now they take damage on Ein. He's probably going to go down here, but Weehawk goes walk at the last second. No, actually didn't quite get it off, and he's going to be run down by the Spirit Siphon and the Crypt Swarm. Bad fight for Nigma there.
The PL they have nothing for the illusions. Like, you called it. Like, that last pick PL is just so good when there's all this single target damage, and he's fighting inside the Wukong's command, and it just felt like there's nothing to actually deal with him. And I think the problem for Miracle is, like, he doesn't have his Boundless Strike. We'll see it here. He instantly canceled the grip, and I think you have to ultimately use the Boundless Strike there, but that meant that once he got his Jingu stacks, he didn't have that burst lifesteal from Boundless Strike because it's still on cooldown.
Back inside the game. Curl, he's going to die here. And yeah, they certainly need this Monkey King to keep moving forward, get that Maelstrom BKB. It looks like Deso actually is his timing.
I always have to wonder, like, the Battle Fury Monkey build has kind of disappeared, but maybe this is one of those games you could have considered it.
Saves in trouble. Again, that helping hand from the Lycan. This Necrobook 3, when it adds the additional purge and damage they need, it just seems to put these ganking heroes like a Quaswex Invoker, gives them just enough damage to guarantee kills on even the tankier heroes.
Yeah, FN has to be a little bit afraid of that since he can't rely on the defensive Yules when the purge is in play. I think for Nigma, they may be eyeing off Roshan opportunities now with the Necro 3, the Lycan. They can get themselves a DD rune. They're the ones who are keeping these lanes pushed out, so they're going to have constant map control. And if, like, key heroes show somewhere on the bottom side of the map, maybe they just sneak a Roshan.
Yeah, between a buyback on the Earthshaker, a dieback on him, they know his Blink Dagger can't be coming in that quickly.
Yeah.
And it would be a good idea to keep up the pace if you're Nigma, even shaking off that top lane fight.
Yeah, I don't think they want to go too far into the late game against a farm PL.
PL that is almost finished up with his Manta.
That's for Prodigy. They're going to get one of the two outposts and happily take some bottom bounty runes. A bit of a 50-50 trade there. I think they've recognized this bottom side of the map. You know, Nigma has no interest in playing there with Roshan being up. At the same time, Prodigy, they can't afford to send too many heroes to the bottom jungle, this bottom lane to push. Otherwise, they will be giving up a free Rosh.
Yeah. You could see FN. He could pop Exorcism and take that, but that would be a signal for Nigma to freely go for that Roshan as soon as the Exorcism is down. So they got to be careful with their cooldowns.
Yeah, still just playing around this bottom side, taking advantage of the Ancients, which give a lot more golden XP than the other neutrals. PL pretty happy with his position on the map and still able to rotate pretty quickly towards that Rosh pit with the tier 2 mid as a TP location if needed.
Okay, big items across the board. The Manta is complete for the Phantom Lancer, but we also have the Deso and the drums, I think it was, for Mind Control. So big boost in attack speed for him and the boys.
Yeah, the drum's active. Very strong with these mid-game timings. We'll see what they do. This Deso maybe is what they're waiting for to have the really fast Rosh taking potential, because the second like multiple heroes cores go missing, we could just see Prodigy try run at the Roshan pit, and we'll see if they can test this. They are grouped up and should be fairly aware of this Rosh potential. They hear the howl and everything.
Yep. Roshan's only got 16 armor now.
And they're smoked up. They want to fight this one.
They're going to get in there. FN throws out the silence, hitting the Invoker. That's a good start. Exorcism going out. Miracle is going to be able to get off of Wukong's command. At the same time, the big initiation from Save. Look, that Echo Slam lays in the damage to finish off the Lycan, but it's not good enough to finish off Miracle. They're still trying to complete up this Roshan. Epileptic Kid looking to be able to finish off Roshan. It finally falls, and they do manage to get the Aegis, but it's a bit of a rough fight for Nigma on top of losing that Roshan to kick away while he's Nightmare. GH trying to save Weeha's life. Weeha tries to return the favor but is unable to. 2 die in the side of Prodigy, but well worth it as they clean up 4, get the Roshan, get the Aegis. Everything went their way.
Yeah, that was just
5.
Confident. They just ran at the Roshan pit. They were so ready for it. And the grip just lasted for way too long. GH was not there to cancel it. Well, taking a look, I want to see, yeah, okay, so GH is at the mid 2-1. That is the deciding factor of this team fight. Watch Bane and how long this Fiend script goes off for. GH, if he's here and instantly canceled Fiend script, I think Nick will win this team fight pretty handedly, but the grip just completely destroys Weeha.
And as a result, not able to cast a whole bunch of spells that could have helped Miracle deal with those 2 heroes inside the pit. They claim that Aegis, and then the fight just falls apart from here. We are buying back like that, an additional expense. This is looking pretty rough for Nigma now.
Yeah, that's the one of those big team, that first real big team fight we've seen all game, and the key deciding one when you've got such a tempo-based draft like Nigma do. Lycan in the 3 position is, I mean, it could still scale as kind of like a carry. It's more like the Invoker's more like the 3 position as far as farm priority goes, but you're not looking to drag this game out when you're playing Lycan into PL.
Yeah. Virtus Pro Prodigy, they finally get that mid tower. Man, he is so far ahead. He's over 3,000 net worth ahead of the Monkey King. This Phantom Lancer is big, big, big. Diffuse a Blade Manta, soon going to be having a Basher.
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes down to just how effectively he played this bottom lane and kept farming the Ancients. When he's like, okay, Nigma wants to play around Rosh control and keep playing top, I'm just going to farm their Ancients, farm my Ancients. And that's been just a big part of him just accruing this gold advantage over Nigma.
One Wolf with the Cold Snap and a Spirit Vessel. Super annoying. Ein, you're way out there, my friends, and he will be a free pickoff for Nigma.
Defense completed a full Solar Crest, recognizing this is a game where almost all the damage output on Nigma's side is going to be physical damage from Monkey King and Lycan in these fights.
It's not a bad idea.
They're going to change direction, take over this bottom side of the map now.
I'm not sure like what the next real big timing is for Nigma, because it's not like their BKBs are that close for Miracle and Weehaw. Looks like Mind Control wants to go for an AC next, which I can't blame him.
Yeah, I think their timing is going to be more around this Aegis expiring.
Yeah.
That to me is where they try to take their next team fight.
They're thinking about actually turning on Epileptic Kid here. The Tornado's going to go out for right now. It's just creating space for Kuro. And it looks like Miracle. He's actually going to jump into the back line here, be able to quickly kill save. And now the Swarm comes in from Mind Control and GH. They surrounded Epileptic Kid. He's going to dance to the right-hand side, dodging that stun. DM is here to help break him out here of this fight. He still has the Aegis, but they don't feel good about this team fight. Miracle gets off of Wukong's command that slows down DM. Nailed by GH. Epileptic Kid, the real one, does manage to get out. FN's going to turn for the rest of these heroes in the back line as well. Epileptic Kid committing inside of the Wukong's command to try and kill GH, knowing that his extra life with the help of Ein, they should be able to get a kill somewhere here. Yep. Spam picking on that right-hand side there. DM, I'm not sure what he's trying to say to his teammates. Maybe he's saying, get the hell out of there, boys.
I think he wants them. He saw them in the jungle. A PL Illusion scouted GH at least, but GH and Miracle both have decent escape. One rolls away, one jumps away, so he was looking for the +1 kill, because Bane, rightfully so, saved the Fiend's Grip at the end, was looking for that +1 kill. They didn't need it for the Lycan, whose shapeshift has worn off, but ultimately a pretty good fight for Nigma. Unfortunately for them, fighting into Aegis was just too tough of an ask, and with the Shaker, was it the buyback on the Bane? Or did they use a buyback? No. Oh, it was buyback on the Enchantress. So, okay, so Kuro ends up buying back after dying at the start of the fight, so perhaps slightly costing Nigma a bit more.
It seems like Nigma definitely feel like, you know, whenever I see these buybacks, especially in fights that aren't really close to towers, it really says the mentality of like, we gotta win these fights. Otherwise, this game's just gonna get harder and harder. And sadly for them, they're not winning these fights with the buybacks. And it just means they're falling farther behind. I guess that one wasn't terrible though, right? They took away the Aegis.
Took away the Aegis, killed some backline supports, and didn't lose the Monkey King, who would have been a big key loss for them.
Yeah.
FN's being scouted. Mind Control using his Lycan Wolves very effectively to scout heroes.
Once he has that Abyssal Blade, though. It's so good for some of these heroes because the additional tank of the Vanguard is really nice.
Yeah. Oh, against, yeah, the physical damage of the Monkey and all the Lycan summons.
Yeah.
Bane looking like a freebie kill, but they will want to punish this.
They certainly are. The Echo Slam lands on it too. DM with the follow-up as well. Two of these heroes are just controlled up for Epileptic Kid to start laying into. Miracle's already going to be dying here. The Wukong command is not enough to save him. Not on that sliver of HP. The Tornado trying to chase away some of these heroes, but Epileptic Kid sticking on to Mind Control with the Phantom Rush catching up to him. Now that Mind Control's shapeshift is worn out, should manage to get this kill. Vengeance for DM, as he was the one to fall in that fight. Weehaw was able to walk away with a couple of kills there.
Yeah, it's kind of like you see the top score. It's like, oh, they killed 3 Prodigy heroes. It's a good fight, right? But it's kind of like who died, and it's the 2 Nigma carries dying while VP Prodigy, PL, absolutely destroying them. FN still yet to die, 10-0 on his Death Prophet, playing a pretty flawless game. VP Prodigy just getting the key kills and really prioritizing Miracle there with that Blink Echo Slam initiation.
Yeah, the Phantom Lancer is their big win condition, but if even FN is surviving through these fights and getting bigger, it just poses a greater late game problem than maybe we anticipated for Nigma. It seems like their lineup may start falling off real sharply soon.
Yeah, the items you might get to itemize against the PL don't necessarily work as effectively against the Death Prophet, who is almost going to be hitting level 20 as well, has BKB queued up. That's something just feels like Nigma are going to really struggle to address. They're going to have to play around this Wukong's BKB Monkey King timing. And VP Prodigy have pretty good answers to BKB with the insta-stun from long-range Fissure or a Blink Echo, as we just saw.
A double damage, a smoke out. They're going to be able to find Ein here.
Poor Ein. He's constantly getting caught out just on these warding missions.
I mean, they do still have that 10-second BKB for Miracle, so they should try and keep forcing this. The Force Staff goes out.
Two supports immediately buy back. Miracle activating his BKB, but he's being gripped up right now. GH trying to get there. The stomp goes out though. Ide is still holding him. Miracle finally managed to get off his Wukong's command, and Ide does eventually die here. But Miracle, he now can't really deal with anybody. They're all outside of his circle. Epileptic Kid is being slowed down though. The real Phantom Lancer's been found and brought down. Nigma, they finally win a fight. Can they do it a little bit more? They've already killed 4 different heroes with buybacks coming in. Now if they can sweep up the rest of these, his DM's now gonna fall. Traded out for GH. FN look to be slowed down. A Boundless Strike is there. Save. Looking to interrupt. An Enchant Totem Aftershock stun onto 2. A buyback from DM is here. This is getting messy, but Miracle might get caught up. A 4-step pushes Centaur into position to be able to catch this Monkey King, and it goes down from the Fissure. Now turning a slow sleep from Kuro, and he is gonna fall as well. A good fight for Nigma. That looks a little bad at the end there. Losing Miracle is pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. It ultimately still costs VP Prodigy buybacks, which I think is pretty important. Both supports using their buybacks. Bane dying twice in that fight, so it's still a Nigma win. They cut the gold lead from like 4 or 5K down to 2 to 3. But the game's slowing. It kind of slows the game down because PL dies, so does the monkey. So like the key carry on both sides do die. It slows down PL's progression, but it slows down Nigma's progression, which their timing is now.
Ghost walks up. That's slow just enough to get him for that bounty room. We'll see that fight again, though. It's a long, drawn-out one.
I just got such a good Fiend's Grip off here. They just couldn't quite bring down Miracle. They didn't have the damage through his BKB. The Deafening Blast is what actually saves his life there. You can see the PL. He's on top of Monkey like, I can't hit. That Deafening Blast saves the fight for Nigma.
And then being able to isolate the real Phantom Lancer, had the Jingu stacks up on him. And then they overextend themselves a little bit, you know? They think, okay, we can maybe catch some of them. We'll go back into the game, though, because this is all important right now. This Roshan that is currently done by Virtus Pro Prodigy. This will help them recover from all those buybacks they used.
Yeah. I think the key thing for that teamfight we just saw is the entire time FN didn't have Exorcism. That's why Nigma just kept running at them and was willing to dive so hard, because they knew FN's ulti was on cooldown. Problem is, when it's up, Nigma probably at this stage are far enough behind they have no interest in fighting.
Oh, Miracle, he's been found, jumps off the tree, Doppelganger, Abyssal bladed up, Echo Slam coming in, Monkey King about to fall, the Fiend's Grip in the back, and there it is. Miracle's dead, 70 seconds on the clock. At the same time, TM has managed to slow down Mind Control, the stun up, a follow-up stun from Save. Now he's dead as well, 2 cores are gone. Sunstrike, oh, the Nightmare, oh, both supports die. That's a dieback for both of them here, but traded up with 2 cores of Nigma. Certainly fine for Virtus Pro Prodigy as they can continue their push.
I mean, this prioritization says it all. The Lycan is no longer a threat in these team fights. He does end up dying there, but the priority is Monkey King. They blow every single ultimate. They solo Echo Slam him. They solo grip him. The Lycan just dies because he's running in to try and save Miracle.
GH TP's in a little bit too aggressively. Kuro's going to be caught as well here. Looks like they're trying to pull heroes off the tower, but it may cost them their lives. In fact, Kuro very likely to die here. The silence, level 20 on GH. It lasts a very long time, so Epileptic Kid could not actually kill Kuro there. Was not able to get the lance to finish him off, being silenced for so long.
They're not killing these buildings all that quickly. They were trying so hard to get those support kills, and with the respawns, they decide to back off. None of their ultimates up. FN's Exorcism, the big cooldown they have to keep playing around. So they're going to reset, and probably with a decent chunk of time left on this age, it's a good 3.5 minutes. They're just going to try to take another big team fight with Exorcism with the Shaker back alive.
The question continues, how do they deal with this Phantom Lancer?
That's a big ask. I think it really comes down to just kind of chain stunning him, using every single like AoE spell in the book. We saw last team fight that they actually won where they killed him was the Deafening Blast is key when he runs in. If you hit him with that, after like a Doppelganger or a Manta, and disarm his illusions as well. But we'll find out, because this team fight's about to go down.
Smoke for smoke. The smoke breaks onto DM. He knows that an Invoker's nearby. He blinks a little bit over to the side. Kur's going to be swept up, but the Phantom Lancer doesn't want him. He wants Miracle. All in on this hero. Abyssal Blade first. Now a bash up. Miracle dropping low and fast. He gets off the BKB. Wukong's Kid attempted there. Gets interrupted by the Fiend's Grip and ultimately doesn't get anything off before he goes down. Now Epileptic Kid, he has a free game. Just whoever they can grab should die here. A pushback from the Deafening Blast is not enough to be able to save Weehaw. Once again, 2 cores die on the side of Nigma, and this time it's only the Bane that falls for Prodigy.
Yeah, they just catch out. Anytime PL's finding this Monkey King, he's just charging at him. Knows he doesn't have to kill the monkey by himself. It's all about forcing a very early BKB or like a kind of a bad Wukong's command. In this case, he doesn't even get it off because he abyssals into a bash, into a grip, which I think Nigma recognized. We've got to cancel this Fiend script, but that means they're not addressing the PL. The Invoker used like all his spells towards the Bane, and the PL just cleans up the Monkey King. There's just too many things that Nigma need to do to win these fights.
Yeah, you would quite literally see how progressively every single fight is getting harder and worse for Nigma. Their trades less and less in their favor. Now 7K net worth lead for Prodigy. Still lingering on that Aegis. They've taken the mid lane of Barracks. There's still the tier 2s on the side, so they can't go for more just yet. They certainly can bide their time if they wish.
Gil getting some free life steal with a Paladin Sword. Really nice item for him as well. Even the little things look really nice for them.
Doppelganger to the high ground here. This
no
is maybe an opportunity.
They want to fight.
Yeah, they may just be able to get to, but they need to be able to save. Oh no! Weehaw! He got too close to the Phantom Lancer. Wukong's command, it goes out, quickly deals with save the Earthshaker. But what about this Phantom Lancer in the back line? She is going to try and deal with him and push Kuro out of here, but Miracle's now being run down. He pops his BKB, but a bash could spell the end of him. He's trying to get away. A Phantom Rush, there's the bash, and he's quickly surrounded. Miracle dies. No buyback for him. Now this is just silly, says Epileptic Kid, thinking to himself, this game's over. You guys just need to GG out.
Yeah, they can feel it. They know with those core kills, they just want to fight without Exorcism, and they're like, oh, we got Exorcism in 10 seconds. We get another lane of racks. Maybe we even go for the tier 4s in the throne, and unless Monkey has buyback here, I think VP Prodigy will find themselves maybe just winning this game. For now, they'll focus the racks.
GH gets a little bit too close and gets Abyssal Bladed. So hard to play the distance game. Fortunately, Tornado comes in. Maybe he can roll out. He does. He rolls to the safety of the fountain. And once again, Nigma do a good job of baiting heroes away from the buildings, but you still got another 30 seconds on the clock.
Now the Aegis expired. Unfortunately, Nigma couldn't stall out to keep this Rax alive, but with heroes respawning, they will back off. VP Prodigy playing very disciplined and very safe, and I like that. Whenever you know you've got this better late game lineup, it's like, don't take any chances.
Look at mid.
Oh.
He's got the AC,
boy.
and he popped his shapeshift and killed Save there with just his minions.
He's been an absolute nuisance for these supports. Shaker, 12 deaths. Bane, 13 deaths. But these supports don't care if they gain the win. That's what it's all about. And Lycan, as much as he's being great at dealing with these supports, come mid to late game, he's not offered any answers to the PL of VP Prodigy or the Death Prophet.
Yeah, I mean, he probably has the highest net worth on his team, in part because he is being ignored so much. His Death Prophet, Shivas and AC. Armored up to the gills, 53 armor. That's what he's walking around with on average. That's pretty rough. 80% physical resistance.
Yeah, that's pretty damn handy. As we'll see, some tier 4 items now going to be found, so maybe that's what VP Prodigy will wait for. They're pinging out GH. They seem to know he was down here.
GH pushes himself outside the map so he can bump into a area that's a little bit more hidden.
Yep. CFN here. Oh, Spell Prism, the dream. Even lower cooldown now for his Exorcism. CFN, they would love to kill him to start a fight.
They're going to try, but he's so tanky.
Emphasis on try, I think.
I can't see this going well, especially how close Prodigy is. A nice two-man fish to the follow-up. Echo Slam with a stomp on top. Weehaw intercepts with a 3-man tornado. Wukong's command going out. No, Miracle decides to cancel it, but now as he jumps down to the trees, he's swept up by Epileptic Kid and Ein, off his feet and potentially out of the game. He still has buyback, as does Mind Control, but this is looking like Prodigy can set up for one final push.
Yeah, like you can buy back and keep this maybe bottom lane. I think buying back might just deter Prodigy from pushing and set them up to play around Roche number 3. But ultimately, they want to force those buybacks, and they'll keep finding some pickoffs. Epileptic finds poor GH. He's just trying to cut some waves down here, so it's go time, and they can't afford to keep getting picked off like this.
Weehaw. Fisher out. FN dances around the ice wall and will stick with him. PKB teleport out is successful, though. But the push is coming through bottom lane, though.
Yep. No glyph for 50 seconds, so they don't have that extra window to buy some time and deter this push. They are really hoping Weehaw can just stall for that 20 seconds needed for this Lycan and Monkey to respawn, but one of them buys back.
The 4-second doppelganger cooldown means he can blow this whenever he wants. They don't have an answer to him. He's just able to freely waltz in, Abyssal Blades, and kills. Weehaw, FN, controlling up the back lines here, making sure this Wolf does not get too far out of control, that he won't be able to kill all the backline heroes here.
Mind Control's just being chased.
Trying to get away, but the Phantom Rush, it allows him to be able to keep step with Mind Control. And one bash is all it takes to be able to follow up with the rest of their stuns. No buyback for Mind Control Nigma. Now left to fight in a 3 versus 5. Attempts to get off another Wukong's command, but goddamn Prodigy. They are on his nuts this game, and they ain't stepping off here. Nigma, they might as well play the rest of this game inside the fountain. It's GH and Weehaw. They're going to watch their tier 4s die as they call GG. 37-34. Prodigy, though, with the good old classic epileptic kid Phantom Lancer. Take the series